I'm April Plank. Today we're going through a tower workout. You will need your mini ball for this workout. Over here on the tower, I have my push-through bar set up to the high position where I have a blue spring from the top position holding that push-through bar. I have my purple springs at eye level. Purple is a little bit heavier than yellow in the balanced body world. You might have different colored springs, so these are my heaviest long springs that I have. And then I have my yellow short springs, and those are hooked for me second from the bottom, which is the equivalent to about my hip height. Right here, we're going to be using those while we're laying down on the bed of the tower. Let's go ahead and stand onto the tower, bring that mini ball with you, face your push-through bar, and we'll get started. That ball is going to go between your thighs, right above the knees. I'm just holding that push-through bar with my hands. First off, before we move, I want you to activate. Squeeze that ball with your legs. Do a little slight dip of your tailbone down, not a tuck of your bottom, but just an engagement of your abdominals to let your tailbone drop down heavy. Hands are on that bar, shoulders are back and down, your chest is lifting, and you're reaching up through the crown of the head. Draw your chin to the chest and just start to push the bar away from you. One vertebrae at a time. I want you to roll yourself down. Now, when you roll down, you're scooping your abdominals in, but you're relaxing your shoulders away from your ears. Keep pushing until you have to push the bar all the way out, extending the spine, coming from a straight line from the tailbone to the fingers. Start from the base of your spine, pull your abdominals in and start to peel yourself up. If there was a wall behind you, you're stacking your vertebrae one at a time up against that imaginary wall, back up to where you started, and we'll go again. Nod the chin slightly. Roll yourself down away from that imaginary wall, one vertebrae at a time. I'm really finding that scooped abdominal position here. And then I'm going to lengthen my spine, reach my tailbone back, reach my fingers forward, find that nice long neutral spine. And then we'll come right back up, one vertebrae at a time, stacking your spine back up against that imaginary wall, standing really tall, giving that ball a nice big squeeze. And one more time here, nod the chin, roll yourself down, one vertebrae at a time, keep scooping in to start. And then as you push the bar away, you lengthen and curl out, reaching from your fingers, reaching your heels down, reaching your hips back. Starting from the base of the spine, pull your abdominals in and roll yourself up, 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 and back to standing tall. Big inhale here. We're going to start with a little squat. So I want you to squat down and then stand right back up. Right now, we're just using that bar for a little balance. So you're not really moving the bar at all, you're just having your hands resting onto the bar. This is going to help you too to focus on getting your weight back into your hips. So maybe you can go back a little bit more because you've got this bar to hold on to. I really want you to feel that the weight's going back in the heels and you're almost like sitting in that imaginary chair. So that sometimes for kids when you're teaching, you call this the phantom chair. So you're sitting back into that imaginary chair, and then you're coming right back up. Last two. And then I want you to take it down and hold it in that imaginary chair and squeeze the ball 10. Lift your chest, roll your shoulders back. I'm holding onto that bar almost like I'm water skiing, and I'm keeping my weight way back into my heels, way back into my hips. 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up into releve, lifting your heels, bend your knees into that phantom chair, lower your heels down. Come all the way up, lift your heels, bend your knees into your chair, and lower your heels. All the way up to stand, lift your heels, lower your hips down low, and lower your heels. 3 more in this direction. Whatever easy breath you want to do, I'm definitely feeling some heat building. Make sure you're breathing. And then we're going to take one more and hold it. Lift the heels, bend the knees, stay here. Now little pulses, down an inch, up an inch, down an inch, up an inch. Keep those heels nice and lifted, rooting through all 10 toes. Nice and spread through those toes, squeezing that ball. Last 3 and 2 and 1. Come all the way up, lower the heels, bend the knees. Lift the heels at the bottom, come all the way up. Lower the heels down, bend the knees. Lift the heels at the bottom, go all the way up, lower the heels down, and bend the knees. Good, so we're just reversing that direction of the circle, that circle coming from the ankle movement. And again, I'm leaning back slightly. I'm putting a little weight into this bar to help me get into the deeper squat. Last 2 here. And ideally, I should be looking up. I don't know why I'm looking down. Look right out in front of you. Good. Next time you're down, you're going to stay down, lift the heels, and lower the heels. Lift the heels and lower the heels. Hold that ball tight. Relax your shoulders. Even though you're holding on here, we're not gripping with the shoulders. We're keeping them nice and soft, away from the ears. 2 more to go. And last one here. Lower the heels, come all the way up. Let's remove the ball and take it behind your right hamstring. And we're going to flex that right foot and squeeze into the ball. Your left knee has a little bit of a bend. Back to our roll down we did before. Draw the chin to the chest. You're going to roll yourself back and push that leg up and hold. So you're rolling yourself down. You're holding this position. Just the leg's going to come down and up and down and up, giving that ball a little squeeze the whole time. 4 and 3 and 2. 1 more, hold the ball up and pulse into the ball, release, into the ball, release. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way up. Take the ball in your right hand and step out to the right. Nice big plie squat. We're going to squat down, reach that arm to the side. As you come up, lean towards the tower. So we're going into a squat, just pressing the arms down, and lean over to the tower. Squatting down and pressing over. Good. Squatting down and pressing over. Just getting that nice big deep squat and then a big breath as you lean over to the tower. Nice job. Do that 2 more times. Big squat down. And 1 more time. Now we're going to hold the squat this time. Hold it and just go over and back. And over and back. Good. Isometric hold for those legs. Sinking down low. 3 to go. And 2. 1 more. Come up and release. Let's face your machine again, or face your tower again. This time the right foot is going to support you. The ball goes behind your left hamstring. We're going to really push into that ball. Pull your abdominals in. Roll yourself halfway down. Little bend in the right leg. Left leg kicks up and back down. Left leg kicks up and back down. Good. Two more of these, kicks up. And then hold the next one up. You're going to stay up with the leg and pulse into the ball. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up. Take the ball in your left hand. Go out to the left. Wide plie squat. I want you to squat down. Lean over towards the tower. You're squatting down and leaning over towards the tower. So big plie squat and big lean over. Big plie squat and big lean over. Good. Three more to go. 3 and 2. One more. Now we're going to hold that squat down and just go over and back and over and back. Nice. Keep sinking low. Last 3 here. 3 and 2 and 1. Great work. Let's come up and turn to face your tower again. Okay, let's come down. We're going to step very carefully off. Bring your ball with you. Turn to face away from your tower. Let's lay onto that mat. When you lay down, you're going to pop that ball between your knees. And then when you lay down, you want to kind of be eye level with that bar in front of you. So I can see the bar. It's right at my eye level. And I'm going to pull that bar in towards me. Now the bar is going to try to lift my shoulders. I'm going to try to relax my shoulders and connect them to the mat and really draw my shoulders just slightly down my back. I'm going to put a little pressure squeezing that ball. Draw your chin slightly to your chest. As you exhale, you're going to curl up just a few vertebrae. Look towards that ball, a little upper body crunch. Make sure as you crunch through the upper body, you're not rounding and tucking your tailbone. Drop your tailbone heavy and make sure you're in neutral with the stomach nice and flat. And you're going to roll it all the way back. Do that, tuck the chin to the chest or just draw the chin to the chest slightly. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders up and hold. So what I mean by that flat stomach is that you're not scooped in an imprint and you're not the opposite way, which would be an arch. You're nice and neutral. You're holding that ball, you're holding it up, and then you're going to release it right back down. Inhale, draw the chin slightly to the chest. Exhale, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Find that neutral. You're squeezing the ball. You're reaching that bar up, trying to tuck and curl through the upper abdominal, and then release it right back down. Again, draw the chin down to the chest. Roll yourself up. Now, I'm not smushing my chin to the chest. It's just that little head nod. One of those fundamental exercises in Pilates where you're just drawing very gently the chin down. Good. It's called a little head nod. So I'm doing a little head nod, looking towards my knees, and then lifting myself up, up, up. Keep that tail down, 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 and release all the way. Now keep your upper body grounded. Squeeze that ball tightly and lift your legs to tabletop. I'm going to push my bar like I'm trying to push it to my legs, draw my lats in, kind of connect with my back. Tap your toes down towards the mat and lift them right back up. Tap down towards the mat and lift. My arms are doing a lot here. I'm pushing to the bar, using everything from my crown of my head to my tail, keeping it still as I do my little toe taps. You do not have to go all the way down to tap the floor. That might be too much and you might find yourself arching your spine to try to touch. Please don't do that. Just go down as far as you can, staying your neutral position with your pelvis. Last 3 and 2. Do one more, then we're going to combine the 2 things that we just did, legs and tabletop. Nod the chin. Exhale, lift the head, neck, and shoulders and hold. Tap the toes down, bring them back up, and lower everything down. Do that again. Nod the chin. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders and hold. Look right towards that ball. Tap your toes down, lift them up, and lower back down. Here we go again. Nod the chin. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders and hold. Tap the toes down and up and release it. We're doing 3 more. Nod the chin. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders and hold. Tap down and up and release. Last 2. Really draw tight through that powerhouse. Pull those abdominals in. Using your breath. This is your last one here. Nod the chin. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders up. Tap down, tap up, and release. Good. You can let go of the bar for a second. We're going to take the ball under your tailbone now. So I want you to take your ball under your sacrum. And when you know you're in a good position is when you lift your legs to tabletop and you're in neutral. So if your ball is too high up, you might be more of an imprint. If it's too low, you might be in an arch. You want to be in a nice neutral position. Grab back onto that bar. So we've got that bar. Once I grabbed it, I kind of got out of position. So I'm going to reposition myself. Good. So from here, I'm going to lift my legs up to the ceiling and do a little reverse curl, pulling the legs up towards the bar and coming right back down to the ball. Up to the bar and right back down to the ball. Now I want you to really push into the bar like we were before, like you're pushing the bar towards your legs, and you're just coming right, hovering off of that ball and going right back. Now if your ball's moving all over the way and you're kind of losing it, you can do this without the ball. The ball just gives you a little assist because you're a little higher when you start, but you can definitely do this without the ball, no problem. Well, maybe it's hard. There's no issue with you doing it, but it's definitely a challenge. 2 more to go. And 1 more here. Really nice job. All right, let's release the bar and set your feet down and release that ball from where it is. All right, second round of those roll-ups, but we're going to do a little more advanced variation. So I want you to put the ball between your ankles, grab back onto the bar. Legs are going to start in tabletop, squeezing the ball at your ankles. Nod the chin to start. Exhale, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Now you can definitely stay here. If you want more challenge, you're going to lift all the way up and send those legs long. And then we're going to lower right back down. Now you remember the first variation we did. If this is too much, you go back to where you were. You nod the chin. You lift the head, neck, and shoulders. You can pause here, or if you feel comfortable and you're ready to take the challenge, you go all the way up and extend the legs, and you come right back down. Now, middle of the road would be going all the way up, but not extending the legs. Nod the chin, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. You can come up, keep the legs in tabletop, or you can extend them. Good. Lots of options. Please choose the option that works best for you. Nod the chin. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders, coming all the way up if that feels appropriate for you, and then coming right back down. This will be your last one. Nod the chin, lift yourself up, press and extend all the way out, and then roll it right back down. Now you can release the bar, put your knees into your chest, and give yourself a little hug. Really great job. Let's roll ourselves up and turn around. So we did a lot of flexion. Let's counter that with some extension. I will have to remove my mic for this one, laying on my stomach. I'm going to give you the option of laying on the ball. When you lay down, the ball is going to be right here at your sternum, your breastbone. If it does not feel good, then you obviously can lose the ball. What the ball is going to do is give you a little more extension in your back so that you're starting a little higher. We're going to reach up and grab that bar. Make sure when you pull the bar down, you're far enough back that that bar is not going to hit you in the head. So you have enough clearance there. We're going to start with the bar down, laying over that ball. The ball is right at your sternum. I do like my legs far apart in a little external rotation with my toes reaching out. That just feels better on my back. Push your pubic bone down into the mat, excuse me. You're going to push down into the bar, slide the shoulders down your back, and start to roll your spine up, up, up. Hold at the top. At the top, you're looking right to the front of the room. You're not looking up. The back of the neck stays long. You're rooting your legs down. You're pushing your pubic bone down, and you're lifting off of that ball. Push those hands firmly down into the bar like you want to push the bar to the mat. And then release it down. I was going to say not an easy exercise at all, but if you put this much intention into it, it's very challenging. Push your legs down, push your pubic bone down, lift your sternum, roll your shoulders down your back, push into that bar. Now I'm not clenching my bottom, I was, but I'm trying not to because I want to keep a lot of space in my low back. Even though I'm extending up, I have a lot of space in my lumbar spine. Now go ahead and release it right back down. Again, if this ball is not working for you, you can do it without it. I like the ball because it just helps me extend a little bit more. Push into your pubic bone, reach those legs long, roll your shoulders back, lift your sternum, Relax your glutes. That's a cue for me. I want to grip. Just let them go. Lift your sternum. Push that bar down. Push down to go up, down to go up, down to go up, and then release all the way down. Take a second here. Second variation. Your right hand is going to go on your forehead. We're adding a little twist. The very first variation is we will come up, or the first breath, you come up into your extension. Draw your left shoulder down away from your ear, and now I want you to rotate to the right, go back, and push the bar away to go down. So you come up the middle just like you did before. You come up into your extension, then you do a slight rotation, rotate back, and then you go right back down. Good. Using the breath that feels appropriate for you. And you're not twisting too big. Nothing should be big, and of course nothing should be painful. So you want to go to your range of motion that feels good. You are lifting up, you're rotating, rotating back, and coming down. You'll do that 2 more times. You're going to lift up, root those legs long, and down. This will be your last one here. You're lifting up, rotating, rotating back, and down. Switch hands, right hand on the bar, left hand on the forehead, palm facing away from you. Now make sure that right shoulder isn't out of the socket. You're sliding it back and down. I'm pushing down into the right hand to lift up. Push down to lift up, and then rotate to the left, rotate back, go right back over the ball. It's a lift first, then a twist back, and a release. These are these small, powerful, mighty exercises. Not a huge movement, but a lot of work. Good. Coming up and twist, rotate back, come down. One more here. I want you to come up and twist, rotate back and down. Take both hands to the bar. One more final set of swan dive. I want you to lift up, or variation of swan. You're coming up to that high extension. Now, if you're comfortable with it, bend your arms and then push the bar up. Push the bar up, 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 up. This is a little bit deeper of an extension. Then you're going to bend the arms and press the arms long and push the bar away. 2 more like that. So you can do the variation we did before where you just lift up and push down to the bar. Or for more challenge, you'll let the arms bend and then push the bar up, up, up. And then you'll bend the arms and lower the bar right back down. One more time here. You'll start by rolling the shoulders down your back, pushing the pubic bone into the mat, lifting your chest up. You can stay there or let the arms bend and then push that bar up, 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 and then release yourself all the way back and down. Put one hand onto the mat, let the bar go up with the other hand, and then bring both hands to the mat. Push yourself back and take a child's pose. While I put my mic back on, you can be in your rest position. Good. Really important that you're always doing some type of flexion after extension. Definitely good for your spine. All that flexion and extension is really good. Bringing that rich, fresh blood into your back. Okay, let's move into some more work. Now I want you to have your short yellow loops. Remember, they were the second from the top. So right now, for me, they're kind of at shoulder level because I'm going to be doing some arm work here. So if that isn't where they are, you probably want to change them. I'm going to be laying on my left side to start, and I have the ball propped under my rib cage. So I'm not doing this. I'm lifting up nice and strong through this bottom arm. I'm lifting up and off the ball. Now pick up that strap, or not, and put it in your top hand, your right hand. Again, same work with that shoulder stability. I'm going to push the arm all the way back to my hip and then bring the arm forward. To make this easier, you'll slide closer to your tower. To make this harder, you'll slide away from your tower. Notice when I pull my arm back, I'm not rolling my shoulder forward. I'm trying to roll my shoulder back and connect with my lat. 3 more. Good, 2 more. Hold your next one back and go into a tricep. Bend your arm and push and press it straight. Bend your arm and push and press. Are you lifting off of that ball? Try to do that. Try to lift up and out of the rib cage. That ball is a great reminder here that we're staying lifted. 2 more to go here, and 1 more. Nice work. Let's come up to tabletop, still working that same arm. Legs in tabletop. Left hand's going to rest on the ball. This is going to make it very unstable for that left shoulder girdle, the shoulder girdle and also the left side. If this is too much, you put the hand on the mat. I'm going to take that left arm and on the ball, and my right arm's going to push all the way back and forward. Draw your chest forward, roll your shoulders back, straight line from the crown of the head to the tail. 2 more to go here. Last one, into another set of those triceps. Bend and push. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step your left foot forward where the ball is. I'm going to set my ball to the side so that it's not in my way. I have my left foot forward, right leg back, 90-degree bend pretty much at both knees. Put that strap you're using on your left hand and go into a high elbow row with that left arm. So I'm pulling up and back. You're definitely fine staying here. This is a lot of great back and arm work, shoulder work. If you want to add more leg, turn your back toe underneath you. The next time you row, you'll go straight up. And the next time you release, you'll come back down. Pressing up and back down. Notice you're driving straight up from the crown of the head to the ceiling, not forward or back. Good. 3 to go. And 2. And 1 more. Good job. All right. Let's set that strap down. Turn to the other side. Pick up your ball, pop that ball underneath your right rib cage. You're propped up on the elbow. Remember, you're not lounging around. We're working hard. So lift up and out of that shoulder. Take the strap in your left hand and reach it right out in front of you. Take that shoulder and kind of slide it down. Pull your abs in. Exhale, the arm's going to go over your hip, left hip, and then right to the front of you. Again, if you need things harder, you're sliding away from your tower. If you need things easier, you're sliding closer to your tower. And keep your shoulder back and down the whole time. Don't let it round forward when you pull the arm to the hip. 2 more. When your arm is to the hip, I'd like for you to stay there and go to your tricep. Bend, push. 8. Lift up and out of that ball. 7. Nice long spine. 3, 2, 1 more. Good work. Let's come up to tabletop. Facing your tower. Right hand is on the ball or not. You're in a nice tabletop position. Left arm's going to push straight back to the hip and back towards the floor. If this does not feel good with the ball, have the hand onto the mat. Good work. 3 more here. And 2. Hold it back for your 8 tricep presses. Nice big push, bend and stretch. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, nice long spine. 3, shoulders back. 2, and 1. I'm going to set my ball off to the side. Step your right foot forward where that ball was. I took your visual away before I had you step. So right foot forward. Take this strap in your right hand, left arm to the tower. High elbow row with that right arm, pulling it up. You can definitely stay here. This is enough challenge. If you want to add the legs to this, turn your back toes underneath you. When you row, I'd like for you to stand and then release. And stand and release. And I changed my position. Don't be afraid to move if you need to. If things don't feel enough or too hard, take a second. Don't need to rush through this and change where you're standing. Using your breath, moving slow and steady straight up and right back down for 3 and 2 and 1. Nice job. Now set that strap down. We're going to go into a little bit of side plank work, and I'll give you a lot of variations so you can find one that works for you. We're going to start on our left elbow. Of course, you always want to make sure you're lined up, elbow in line with shoulder. That's your most stable position. The first plank I'm going to do is on my knees. So I have my knees stacked, one on top of each other. I'm going to reach for that bar. Again, make sure you're not under the bar, because when we push the bar down, you don't want to push it on your head. So you have some room here. You're going to push that bar away, do a little twist, and then bring the bar back. And again, so you're doing just a little twist in your side plank. We're not going to do too many because we have lots of variations and I don't want you to get too tired. So we'll do one more. Know that you can stay there. Second variation, back foot front, which is your right foot is going to be in the front, left foot is in the back. Side plank position, lift up and out of that bottom rib cage. Same thing, you're going to push the bar, do a little twist, and bring it back. Push the bar, little twist, and bring it back. One more. Good. Now, last variation, you're on your wrist. Now, this may not work for you if your wrists have an issue. Stay down on your elbow. We're going to be on the wrist. Sorry, this isn't the last. We're going to do one more after this. All right, so you're facing the side. You're lifting up and out of that bottom. And I want you to take that bar and push it and bring it back. But this one, we will kind of do the third and fourth all together. So notice on this one, I'm turning my body, but my toes aren't moving. For your very last 4, when you push the bar, rotate onto your toes and then rotate back. Good, there it is. Rotate to your toes, rotate back. 2 more, rotate toes and back. Last one, rotate and back. And now you can relax. I told you that'd get harder. Okay, you ready for the other side? We're gonna do the same 4 positions. We'll start with our elbow in line with our shoulder. You're on your knees and you're gonna lift up to just that kneeling position. If there was a wall behind you, your head, shoulders, and hips would be flush against the wall. Make sure you're far enough back, you're not gonna hit yourself with that bar. 4 times push the bar, do a little rotation, and come back. Push the bar and rotate, and come back. 2 more, push and rotate, and back. 1 more, push and rotate, and back. Second variation, left foot is forward, right foot is back. So I've got my back foot forward. And then we're going to do the same thing. Rotate and back. And rotate and back. 2 more. Rotate and back. Obviously, you can take a rest between all these. I know I kind of ran right into it. And then rest. Third variation and fourth. We're doing them together. Right wrist in line with the right shoulder. You still have your left leg in front, right leg behind. You're picking up that bar with your top hand. You're going to rotate, push it away. My toes are not lifting for this first one. I'm pushing and coming back. 2 more. Pushing. I'm getting ready with my toes. They're ready to go. 1 more. Here we go. 4 times. Turn onto the toes and push. Come back. Turn onto the toes and push. Come back. 2 more. Turn onto the toes and back. Last one. Turn onto the toes and back. And take a little rest. I told you that one kind of sneaks up on you a little bit. It starts easy, definitely doesn't end that way. All right, from here, I want you to come onto a seated position. And you're going to bring your feet up against the railing. Now, based on your height, that might not be a possibility, so we'll see what works for you. You do not necessarily have to have the feet against the railing. I want you to pick up your straps, and we're going to put the loops on your upper arms. For a variation of one of my favorite mat exercises, the neck pull. The hands are going to go behind your head. Now the straps are going to want to pull your head forward, but what you're going to do is lift your chest nice and bright, push your elbows away from those straps, and sit as tall as you can. If your hamstrings are the factor here and you cannot get your spine straight, bend your knees. Take a big inhale. We're going to start off by just hinging your spine back. Keep your elbows pushing back and open, hinge, 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 and then bring it right back up. Building into the full neck pull, just starting with our hinge, hinging back. These straps are actually assisting us in this exercise. And again, you don't have to breathe the same that I'm breathing. The breath is a tool for you to use. Make sure your elbows stay back. That's going to be the hardest part here. Well, I shouldn't say that. A lot of the ab work is the hardest part, but keeping the elbows back is still hard. Do that one more time. Now from that hinge position, try to lengthen your chest. See how long you can make your spine. Hold, hold, hold. And then from your tailbone, start to tuck, roll, and come the rest of the way down. When you've gone down, we'll start with a roll up. You'll draw the chin to the chest. Roll yourself up, 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 come all the way up, sit up tall, make sure the elbows stay wide, into the hinge again. So I want you to hinge back, hinge, hinge, hinge. When you can't hinge anymore, you tuck your tailbone, scoop and roll the rest of the way down. Now draw the chin gently to the chest, so just that little nod of the chin, roll yourself up, stack yourself up tall, push the elbows out. Keep the elbows wide. Hinge yourself back, 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 long, long, long. Tuck your tailbone, scoop and roll. Go as far back, all the way back if you can. And then little chin to the chest, nodding. Just that little head nod. I don't know why I keep saying chin to the chest. You're not jamming it in there. Elbows wide. One more time. Hinge back. When you've gone as far in the hinge as you can, you tuck your tail, roll yourself back, go all the way back. Last time we're going to hold it up, so we're finishing that last repetition, rolling all the way up, sitting up tall. Now hold yourself here. If you need to bend the knees, you can. I want you to push the arms away from each other and back. Push the elbows back and forward. It's a lot of great arm work. And forward. Keep your spine long. Keep pushing your head back into your hands instead of your hands forward into your head. Push your head back in your hands. 2 more, and then I want you to hold the arms wide and give me a little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. I bet you weren't expecting that bonus arm work. That's a good one. Okay, I want you to get your ball. And then we're going to sit facing the opposite way, away from your tower. Now when you sit up, the most important thing is your spine is long. For some of us, the hamstrings limit that, and you tend to be like this. So the ball is going to help us in this situation. We're going to actually pop that ball right into the tailbone, and we're going to be sitting. Now legs can be straight. This is going to be a little bit of an easier position with the legs. Legs can be crisscross applesauce. It's going to be a little harder. You'll see why in a minute. Grab onto your straps. Remember, the farther you are away, the harder. And we're going to take those hands and hold that nice little beach ball. Knit your ribs, pull your abdominals in, sit nice and tall. So we're sitting up on that ball and doing little circles. Now, if you want to give that crisscross applesauce a chance, you'll see it may be a little easier, maybe a little harder based on your body. But I'm definitely enjoying the ball here because it's helping to remind me to keep my spine long and to think of lifting up and off the ball, lifting up and out of those sitting bones. And then reverse your direction, going the other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now take the arms up and over the head and back. This is where it gets tricky. Don't fall backwards, up and over the head and back. You might need those legs straight here to give you some stability. Really draw those abdominals in. Use your breath. 2 more. I'm kind of leaning just a smidge into my straps. And 1 more. Come halfway out. Bend your arms, and we're going to do a chest press forward and back. Chest press forward and back. Lift up and off that ball. 3, 2, you've got it. 1 more, but we're not done, sorry. 1 arm at a time. Do a little rotation to the right, and then a little rotation. When the right arm punches, you rotate left. Good. When the left arm punches, you rotate right. Just a little twist from one side to the other. Feel those obliques for sure. 4 more. 4 and 3 and 2. You've got 1 more to go. And let's give those arms a little rest. Nice job. Okay. You can take that ball out. I have not popped a ball yet. Actually, I have. I popped one when I was wearing a zipper. So just be careful of that if you've got zippers. Okay, I only have my straps on my short yellow loops, so I'm going to go ahead and put them on my purple. And I will actually need to put the push-through bar down. We'll bring it back up in a moment, but I don't want it in the way for our feet and straps. Remember, your purple are your heavier. If you want to go with the yellow, those will be a little lighter. And I have them set up right now. The higher they are, the harder. So mine are 3 from the top. Let's see how that works. I think with purple, that's definitely enough. The purple's quite a challenge. I'm going to take those straps and put them onto my feet. And then what I like to do is put my hands onto the tower and then kind of wiggle myself down. So I've got nice straight long arms, but I'm still broad through my shoulders and I'm still relaxing my shoulders away from my ears. Little froggy position to start. Tailbone is heavy. And make sure you're not letting it lift. Drop it down. And then you're going to push those legs long and low. Bring them right back in. Big exhale to push. Inhale back in. If this is not enough of a challenge, I probably wouldn't make my decision yet. We have a lot to do, but if it's not enough, the leg straps can go higher. And every machine manufacturer might be a little different, but for me, the purple are heavier, the yellow are lighter. So purple's a little harder. 2 more here. Hold your next one with the legs straight. Do little circles, think down and around. Your resistance is coming from the top, so you're pushing and your focus is on the down against that resistance. These aren't the yummy, gooey leg circles of the reformer. These are smaller, very defined circles, feeling that engagement and work in your bottom. Good, last 4 and 3. And 2, how slow can you go? It's murder. And then reverse the other direction. Good, 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Zip the legs together, turn them to parallel now, hips distance apart. Do a little running. Again, your focus is down, 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 or I guess walking on the ceiling is this one, not running. Straight leg, fast walking. Good. So it's a straight leg, but not a locked leg. Always a soft little bend at the knee, of course. Push, push. Try to get that foot all the way down the mat. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. I guess I should have said it was a lot. It was not very long, but we did it. Pull your knees into your chest and give yourself a hug. Okay, let's roll ourselves up. All we have left is a nice, lovely stretch. Facing your tower, and putting the bar back up with the blue spring supporting it from the top. We're going to work into a pigeon pose. If this does not feel good for you, I'll give you a modification. Basically, from a tabletop position, the way I like to get into pigeon is I'm going to slide my right knee forward by my right wrist. So it's never coming straight in front of you, it's coming out to the side, and then you'll slide your right toes over to the left, and then just kind of slide your left leg back. So the right knee is definitely over in an angle here, and my right heel is kind of by my left hip in front. If this is not comfortable for you, what you're going to do is just sit on your bottom with your legs stretched out in front, because what we'll be doing is holding this bar and doing a push through. So you're either doing a push through seated or you're doing a push through in this mermaid. So if you're seated, let me just show you really quickly. You'll be like this and you'll be pushing through. So you're getting more of a back stretch if you're seated. If you're in pigeon position, you're also getting a nice hip stretch and glute. So let's roll that chest down over the bar towards the tower, pressing yourself into the pigeon, and then rolling yourself up. And then you're going to take the bar and press it up and drop your chest forward. This is, even if you're seated, you're doing the exact same thing. So seated or pigeon, you're doing a little release of your shoulders, a release of your chest, and then you're coming up, taking the bar down, and pressing yourself forward. We're going to do that 2 more times. You bring yourself up, bend the arms, and then push the bar up. Let your chest release forward, sinking, relaxing the shoulders, opening that heart. It feels so good. And then push it away. We'll do 1 more set, bringing that bar forward, dropping into your pigeon. And then bringing the bar towards you, pushing the bar up as you drop your chest down. We did a lot of yummy standing work, so this is your reward. And then we'll come in and switch. If you are in pigeon, you're going to push back into that tabletop, and then we're going to switch. I like to kind of push the child's a little bit. And then we're going to switch to the other side. So your left knee will slide forward behind your left wrist, and you'll slide your left toes more to the right, and then start to slide yourself back. So ideally, my left knee is close to my left wrist, and my left heel is close to my right hip bone in the front. And if you need to prop yourself up on something, that is fine as well. Maybe that ball might also be a good prop here if you're feeling like you're too high. And if it does not feel good at all, you're seated with your feet straight out in front of you. Take an inhale. I think I'm a little farther back on this side. So make sure you're not too far back. And then we're going to roll that bar away from you and lean into that stretch. We'll roll ourselves up. Bend the arms slightly to push the bar away. As you push the bar away, you drop your chest down. And then we'll do that 2 more times. You'll push your bar away and press all the way out. You'll pull the bar towards you, bend the arms, and press the bar up as you drop the chest down. Of course, if you're feeling any discomfort in your knee, this is not good for you to be doing the pigeon. Make sure you're making the modification. It's very important that you're always listening to your body. Don't overdo it. At least my goal, I'm hoping your goal is to be working out the rest of your life. And if you're pushing yourself and not listening to your body, then your chances of that happening go down. So you want to make sure you honor where you are and what you might be dealing with today. Last time you're pushing up, dropping the chest down. And then we'll release. Good. And then from here, I just want you to come to a nice seated position. You can face your tower. We're going to just take a little neck stretch, letting the neck go forward. Doing that little thing that I was calling the nod the chin into the chest, which is that little cervical nod, but then you're just going to let the head kind of release forward. Let your right ear draw to your right shoulder, and then go to the other side. So it's just a little circle the neck side to side. This is always a nice stretch to do, especially after a lot of that head lifting abdominal work. If that ever feels like it's ever too much, then this is a good stretch to do, just to give that neck a little love, a little release. Now, instead of rolling from one side to the other side, I want you to stop in the center where the chin's to the chest. Lift all the way up till your spine is nice and line and the head is in line with the spine. And now just rotate, looking right and looking left and looking right and looking left. Do that one more time to each side. When you get back to the center, take your right ear, drop it to your left shoulder. Don't bring the shoulder up, just drop the ear down. Take your left arm out and reach it to the other side of the room, so you have a length from the whole left side of the body. You're reaching, the whole neck is releasing on the left. And then bring the head to the center. Take your left ear, bring it to your left shoulder, but don't bring the shoulder up to meet it. Take the right arm out to the right. Feel that opposition, that stretch, that release. Bring it back to the center and sit tall. Take a big inhale, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Do that 2 more times. Big inhale, shoulders up, back, and down. Do that 1 more time. Up, back, and down. And you have made it. Thank you so much for joining me again today. If you've got questions, comments, please let me know. Otherwise, I hope to work out with you soon. Have a wonderful day.